If you're like me and are still getting adjusted to the fact that 60 Minutes is no longer on Channel 7, then another potential move in the works could be downright confounding. Channel 7 has been carrying NBC programming for a decade. But if WHDH owner Ed Anson and NBC cannot come to terms for a new deal, it's possible that NBC could switch its programming, including the Today Show, nightly news, and even football, over to NECN. Since 2013, NBC Universal has owned the all-news local cable station and runs it like an owned and operated affiliate. Then again, the whole thing could be a ploy for NBC to get a better deal with WHDH. That's where I'm betting. I mean, this would be a first in the cable universe to move network programming to a cable operation, because not everybody can get NECN. It's not like an over-the-air, not that anything's really over-the-air anymore, but not every cable system carries NECN, so you'd have to get it in a special way. It would limit access to NBC programming, and I would think the network would balk at that, even though NECN is technically an owned and operated. I don't know what Ed Anson's issues are. I mean, he's always been a hard driver. He did the same thing with his television stations in Florida. He ends up, talking about winning, he usually ends up being the winner.
He's going to win so much it's going to drive you crazy. You know, I mean, it seems like a nutty idea, but it seems like a much less nutty idea than it would a few years ago. I don't think that there are that many homes in New England that don't get NECN at this point. And it could be that I mean, I think that it would be a real lack if we didn't have a local 24-hour news channel anymore. But NECN seems to have kind of hit its ceiling in terms of growth a long time ago, and it wouldn't surprise me if Comcast now owns it outright, I guess, if they would like to try something completely different, and this certainly would be different, that's for sure.
So that's my issue, that what we would lose if the NECN, what it
Would we?
offers now.
We would.
I like a lot of stuff they do, and there was a period when they were, not that this is the indication of everything, but they were winning all kinds of awards and getting attention and doing really serious long-form journalism in addition to sort of the everyday thing. And I think the takeover with this new group of NBC, I thought maybe they're going in that direction. They've made some changes over there. They've, you know, spiffed up their newsroom. They're doing some things. I do think we would lose something with local flavor from if it goes that way.
I kind of assume they would keep doing the cable news format. You don't think so?
I think you've got to give up something when you start becoming the network affiliate. Yeah.
Well, in our newsroom, I mean, you know, I'm sitting there in mid-afternoon when we're trying to put the show together, and on one station, you know, if we're watching 7, we've got the soap operas when the soap operas are on, and on the other, if we're looking at Neckin, which we often are, we're seeing hard news. I would miss it too if we didn't have this. I think it's very, very nice to have that as a state and as a region. It would be a big loss.
I think at one level this is about the specifics of this station and this network. Remember, Channel 7 has been a pain for NBC in the past. In 2009, we reported that NBC had bought NBCBoston.com and was thinking about competing with its own affiliate on digital because this is the largest non-owned and operated NBC station in the country. I think this is all about the shift to digital television and the fact that the idea that we're all going to, instead of getting it over the air or even getting it over cable, we're going to be getting our television delivered over the internet. And the shift in that direction is towards a network feed, to have an NBC, an ABC, a CBS. And I think it's unclear what local affiliates are going to be like in that situation because there's not a need for a broadcast signal in the same way. The real question, though, is what happens to local news, because that has been enabled and pushed by this broadcast model. And if you're getting it over the internet, you see the same thing that happens in newspapers. Local doesn't matter as much as national.
That's a good point.